Don't put your fingers on it. Hey, welcome to another day at Cold Hard. Today we are protesting because I'm an 86 out of the Kenaitze Tribe. There is for a dispute that happened off the land, so we are going to go protest that with my tribal flag. So let's see how we do here.
Alright.
These dictators that run this government and everything cannot 86 somebody without a vote from tribal council, but it was the vote. It was signed off by Rudy Wilson, so this cannot happen. I am standing up for our people.
Oh, is it probably childcare for the company?
I'm here.
Casey, you can't
No.
be here.
I'm at 86 from I'm Rudy Wilson from this meeting. There is our dispute that happened off tribal land. You cannot kick out a member at 86 cents for life from tribal land and everything without a vote from council. It is wrong. I am a member. I've been a member my entire life. I am part of the Kenaitze people. And I will not tolerate this. This dictatorship has to end. And no.
Yes, you gotta go. Casey,
No, I've already had an invitation to come here.
No.
There's a letter to come here. Yep.
Sorry, bud, you gotta go.
No.
Trespassed on.
Make me. I am part of the Kenaitze people.
Police are on their way, man. Come on.
Are you guys going to allow this? Is this kind of dictatorship? Is this what we stand for? I am part of your people.
Casey, come on.
What about my voice? What about me being heard? I'm fighting for what is right. This dictatorship has to end. Rudy Wilson is not a dictator. He cannot dictate and kick me out and everything for life. Everything without vote from council. This is not dictatorship. It is a democratic republic, just like America. I am standing for my American right and my right as a Kenaitze member. I am your people. This is wrong. I am allowed to be here. I'm a single father of 3 kids, 3 Kenaitze members, 1 with severe autism. This is not right. I am the only one that can bring them here, so they have a voice too.
Casey, come on.
This is wrong. Why don't you speak? You think this is right?
I don't. Look, man. You have
This
to
is
leave.
not right.
Was it right when you assaulted somebody? 86.
It's not right.
I called the police. You're trespassing from the property. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Unjustified trespass from the property.
It was totally justifiable.
Was not
You assaulted someone.
off property.
No, it was on property.
It was not.
Yes, it
is.
is.
That's disputable.
On our property.
Okay, what if you're trespassing, Casey? I've called the police, so you can watch this still on Zoom. Please.
This is not right.
I hear you, buddy. Come on.
You are not a dictator. You can't dictate these people. Stand up for what is right. Have your voices being heard, because this is not right. People have the right to be heard. Our people have the right to be heard. This isn't right.
Raiden, go get Chris.
I'm a member. I shouldn't have to live in fear for my own tribe. These are cowards.
Pause it.
Yeah. So sorry, but I mean, you can't. So I get let me see, the tribe gets a certain amount of money for me being a tribal member, but they can't take away partial rights and everything without a vote from tribal council, because we are a democratic republic, just like America, right? You guys stand up for America?
I'm gonna
appreciate your frustrations, right? But I mean, we have to obviously enforce our side of it as well, okay? So, like I said, you're not going to jail or anything.
I had a letter and everything inviting me
That's going
to
to be
that meeting.
So all your documentation that you're saying that you're telling me, okay, that's you're going to have to bring that to your court date. That Officer Sharabi is going to give you some paperwork, okay?
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
All right, fair enough.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you for being cordial and everything, okay?
No,
I
I mean,
get it. I mean,
understand.
you're standing up for your rights,
I'm
but there's a
standing up for
proper
my
way to
rights,
do it.
but this is the proper way to do it. I'm allowed to protest. It's my American right and everything, and it's also my Kenaitze right, and I'm allowed to protest.
Okay. I didn't say you couldn't, right? But when you're trespassing somewhere, though,
But I got a letter and everything inviting me there.
I'm assuming, like I said, it's an entire everyone who is a council member, not council member, but a tribal member was properly invited. It was kind of like a send-all. And I'm assuming that you had got it.
You can't give somebody an invitation and then retract it like that, right? So that's an invitation, everything. So you can 86 somebody from property, but if you go, hey, here's an invitation to our meeting, everything, you can't do that. That's like if I wasn't invited there, they shouldn't be sending me invitations in the mail.
Okay. Okay. So he's gonna give you some paperwork, okay? And then what you just told me, you can obviously bring that to your court date as far as the documentation. We just enforce the law. We don't make up the rules of what happens next, okay?
All right.
I appreciate your time. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So he's gonna be giving you some paperwork. You want to hang out in your car, or however you want to do with your kiddos, it's up to you, or you want to stay on the range.
Fine.
Have any questions for me at all?
No.
Sorry, no, yes.
No.
All right, thank you.
So, just for record, everything, I'm being charged with trespassing from the Kenaitze Tribe, everything because of my protest.
So, not because of protest. Okay, hold on, let's go back a little bit, okay? So back in March, you were charged with an assault on the premise of...
It wasn't on the premise, that's excusable.
Okay. Well, so you were trespassed from all Kenaitze property. Sergeant Sjogren advised you of the trespass of all Kenaitze, and you understood that. So therefore today, it's a 3-year trespass. Back in March of 2025, you advised that. So then today, you were back on the premise of Kenaitze when you're not supposed to.
After I got an invitation.
So you're not being arrested. You're giving paperwork to your hearing.
Okay.
That's what it says.
So, by the Kenaitze Tribe.
You asked me if you can peacefully protest. I have no issue peacefully protesting as long as you're not on the premise of Kenaitze's property.
Okay. So, yeah, but I went in there and everything in protest. So I'm being.
But yes, you did go on the property, so you were unlawfully because you were trespassed.
It wasn't unlawfully if I get an invitation.
And the Kenaitze needs to call us so we can lift the trespass.
Okay.
They're the ones who have called us saying that was still in effect.
Okay.
So that's when, obviously, you have your day in court that Officer Sharabi is going to give the paperwork to and explain everything that you just explained to me for why you think that you were lawful to go there after you were advised of the trespass. So you just enforce the law. We don't make up the rules of okay?
All right.
Like I said, I appreciate your time and being cooperative. I hear your frustrations and your understanding and whatnot. So you have the First Amendment, right? So I said you can definitely peacefully protest if you want to. Make sure it's not on the premise of the
Okay.
and make sure you're not committing any other laws.
So what I just did today, they're walking in Kenaitze there, then they are charging me with trespassing.
Yes, you're already trespassed on their premise when you went in there. Yes.
Okay.
That's why the security guards had told you you needed to leave. Right? So we had video of you going.
If I had an invitation to go in there. Right, I'm here in protest of the Kenaitze Tribe. The one thing is, they cannot take the rights of a Kenaitze tribal member away and still keep them as a member. They can't take the rights without vote from council. I am here today to tell council to vote to let me speak with my people. It is wrong to take away the rights of a tribal member without vote from council. You can't do that. There's no justice, no peace. You have to vote to let me speak. It was 86 from this property for a dispute that didn't happen on Kenaitze property. It didn't happen on Kenaitze property. happened outside of property, but since I got beef with Rudy Wilson, he 86s me from the property for life, but still keeps me a member. They still collect money from the government for keeping me a member. Really, so, but will not let me on campus. I can't take my disabled kids to the Kenaitze Tribe Health Center. They really can't get medical really from the Kenaitze Tribe for my autistic son. Really, I can't help my own children out really because of Rudy Wilson's a dictator. It's not right. Really, so if you want 86 a tribal member for the property or take away any rights, really, has to be vote from council. That's a vote from council. Why is my voice not allowed to be heard? It's not right. So I'm here in protest. I am going to speak. I'm going to do this all day long. All day long. I can scream and yell all day long. Yeah, I will be heard. I will be heard. No justice, no peace. You vote to let me speak. No justice, no peace. You vote to let me speak. Cut. So still here, still protesting. Really what it is no council member. I've been out here for 3 to 4 hours screaming to the top of my lungs to let me speak at this annual meeting. Not one council member has come out to talk to me. Nobody has come out to talk to me. They're too afraid. They're afraid. They're not physically me. They're just too afraid for what I'm about to say inside there to speak up the corruption of the Kenaitze Indian Tribe. So I've seen countless of times where the tribe, they have several groups of people and they only hire their friends. So they don't hire tribal members. They don't hire people for what they know in their experience. Or they hire them because, oh, this is my buddy. So, I mean, that's not right. So, and also silencing where I can't speak at this tribe, that ain't right either. So people need to know nobody speaks out. Because what happens is we get, subsidies, we get, benefits from the government through the Kenaitze Tribe. You speak out and everything, we'll cut off your benefits. That's how the Kenaitze Tribe rolls. Right, so I was told everything, if there's any more outbursts and everything, we're gonna cut off all your benefits. And right now I get housing because my son Christopher is autistic and I need it right now. I need it, but I can't get medical care. I only get several medical rights. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we need, as a tribe and as a people need to know what kind of corruption. So it's your, also people, listen, this is your tax-paying dollars that this tribe is getting. They get full money from the government. They get like $22,000 per tribal member. Everything for me being a tribal member. So if I only get 25% of the rights as a tribal member or benefits, shouldn't they cut the money? Okay, we take 75% of the money away for those people. And plus, this kind of silencing wasn't an actual vote from council. It was Rudy Wilson being a dictator. I've already had words with him before. Me and him had a dispute years, 10, 15 years ago, out at a hunting land or everything because over trash that he thought I left there, which it was not mine. It's absolutely not. It's messed up. So I'm here standing up for my rights.
All right. People keep asking, what was the point of yesterday? I was protesting, they can't 86 me from the property for life and everything and still get full subsidies from the government of $22,000 a year for me being a member and my 3 sons for being a member. They rejected Christopher. I can't get Christopher any kind of medical or any kind of help or anything for his autism through the tribe. They won't help me or anything because of the situation. And the situation was not on tribal property. But the reason why is the director of the tribe I've had words with, and he's tried to start a fight with me outside of out in the woods and everything on our hunting ground, as he thought I messed up my camp, which a bunch of kids came in there and threw all my supplies everywhere and my garbage. And I came back to my camp, and he was there, and he was like, "You can't thrash this place." Oh, I didn't. And we got into this huge, thing of words. So, and that's Rudy Wilson. So Rudy Wilson already has beef with me. So, and then he basically, when this incident happened, that was with another matter that was stalking my girlfriend. I mean, slamming on his door, constantly calling her. She was scared, right? She was afraid of him. We kept telling him, we called the cops, told her, and I was like, you need to stop. You absolutely need to stop. So when I seen him, everything, and it was near the, tribal property, but it was not on tribal property. That's the thing. So, and they didn't want to listen to my story. They didn't want to hear anything I had to say. They say, "You're 86 for life." That's it. So, and also, several things like, my girlfriend at the time, or she's still my girlfriend, right? She's still my girlfriend, and she, has mental disabilities that is, disabling. She has narcolepsy, and it's where she just falls asleep at random. It's a horrible disease. So, and she, was going to get, she has to have medication for that and other things, everything that, that totally disable her. And she missed a few appointments. So Rudy Wilson says, "You're out. Can't get help here anymore." There's nobody there to help her, really. And she has, she has disabilities like that. And if she can't find, if their tribe's not helping her, and she has a trouble of transitioning to different medical facilities and trusting other fellows, she finally got enough courage to trust her own tribe and their medical facilities. So, she ran out of her medication. She stopped paying her bills. She lost, her housing, everything, the unit, everything that she was staying in, everything, her apartment. Said, "Well, you weren't paying your bills because you're passing out and sleeping," and she'd sleep for, sometimes days at a time, unless I went there to wake her up. So it's, the tribe pushed her away, really. And there's tons of times where the tribe has pushed my fellow tribal members away, and nobody's saying anything about it. They're like, "Oh well." So, all this building up and what happened to me and how they're taking away my tribal rights of participating in tribal gatherings. So the only thing I can get, everything, is housing from them. And they also sent me a letter, "If you act up or do anything, it's anything, right, we're going to take away your housing voucher." Right? So they're already threatening, like, you speak up, you do anything, you cut. So, and it was really this morning, it was, that morning, I didn't even plan to do that, but I woke up and it was something that, I had a bunch of, I was deep in prayer night before to God, and, the spirits of my ancestors, the Great Spirit, the All-Father God was with me, and He's like, "You have to go and you have to make a point and you have to stand up for these people," and because they're not going to stand up for themselves because they're too scared. They're too afraid of losing their benefits from the Kenaitze tribe. And right now, I'm sitting with disabled kids. I don't have a job. And I'm trying as hard as I can for work. I've applied for the Kenaitze tribe and everything for the last 10 years. I can't get a job, and it doesn't, because it's not what you know. It's not what your experiences are. It's not what you remember. I see it time and again with inside the Kenaitze tribe. It's who you're friends with, of the management there. And it's not fair. They hire only their friends or their people of idealism. They have certain kinds of political idealism, and if you look like me, I kind of look like I'm a moderate. I don't go left or right, but I look like a conservative man. They don't like that. I've seen that several times. They nope, you are not, so I feel like, and I've had this expressed by several other people that, you know, look like my kind of what people think is my kind of idealism, and we are, you know, we are profiled. So it's extremely wrong, and there's, you know, so many issues. You know, my girlfriend right now and everything is being kicked out of her apartment and has to come live with me because of the tribe won't help her. So because she missed 2 appointments, everything, and now she can't get her medication. So it's absolutely awful what happened to her, and it's awful what happened to me. And I hear several other people saying that I can't get a, you know, job with the tribe. You know, I'm having trouble with assistance. I might as well just go and get dental work somewhere else because I missed a couple appointments. And when I went to now I have to go to PCHS, right? And I missed a couple appointments because stuff happened. They said no problem. So you're totally fine. Let's reschedule. Why is other medical facilities more kind and understanding and has my back more than my own tribe? Let me ask you, why is other facilities that I'm going to now, everything that are not tribal, that are not my own tribe, treat me better than my own tribe? And last night when I was protesting, I was out there with the Kenaitze flag and a sign, and I was chanting certain grievances, like these grievances that I had, really to the top of my lungs because I wanted to be heard. And, you know, since I did that, like, oh, he's dangerous. Wait a minute. Oh, he's a conservative. That's that's basically what it is. Oh, he's a conservative. He's dangerous. Don't listen to him. And that's what Rudy Wilson and the security that works for him, everything, were saying. Don't listen to him. He's dangerous. And I was saying, you know, vote to let me speak. Everything. So telling my entire tribe, you guys leave it to a vote to let me come in here and tell you about these grievances that are happening inside of our tribe. And they will not. They shut them down. They shut my voice down. And I'm speaking for the people. I'm saying this is not fair. You are turning your back on your people. And then when you turn your back on your people and then you still get money and subsidies from the government for them being a tribal member and take away their benefits and just keep them as a tribal member so you can get money, that is wrong. It is wrong. And I'm trying to voice my opinion, but Rudy Wilson and their employees, that he's the boss, right? So you better do what I say. You follow my lead. Alright, so they're all backing him up. Alright, so my voice is unheard. Oh, he's crazy. Alright, so let me tell you what. Why is it crazy when, you know, I'm voicing my opinion and protest with the sign? But if they go protest or somebody goes protest about race or about, you know, like inequality, about sexuality, power to those people. Power to those people, right? But me, everything, somebody that looks like a conservative, everything, saying, hey, you know, we're not being treated fairly. My disabled child's not being treated fairly. My disabled girlfriend's not treating. This is about disability. You know, this is about disability because of the way I look, everything, and because of the subject of the matter, everything, I get called crazy. I get called, this guy's out of hand. This guy's dangerous. I didn't hurt nobody. Oh, but they sure make me out to be a monster, so I'm not heard. That is wrong. So, thanks for listening. I'm going to keep talking about this matter, but I'm going to try to keep this video a little bit more shorter. And stay tuned because I'm going to make my voice and opinion and have my First Amendment right. And I am going to make sure this whole town knows about the corruption inside the Kenaitze tribe.